Good morning, everybody. Just waiting for Julia to finish. I'm just going to find me on here to see what way up I am. I've given up. I've given up. Right, so let's do that. And see, am I even on here? Oh, I'm skinny again. I've even changed what it is I'm standing on, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're going skinny again. When I was up at the NEC the other week, I was wide, and it wasn't an issue because I was just holding the camera. I don't understand it. But anyway, we're going to stay skinny because it's too late again. I've gone through every setting I can think of on this thing. So if anybody's got any ideas of what I'm doing wrong, can you let me know? Because it used to be absolutely fine, and now all of a sudden it's not. I do wonder sometimes, does Facebook do this to me on purpose? So I'm on my old stick, my old tripod, which isn't overly safe. So if I go flying, you'll know why. Just give it a sec for everybody to come over from Julia. Thank you very much for all your lovely stuff and mention of snowballs. As you can see behind me, I'm snowballing today as well. I have a different way of doing things to Julia, but we'll go into that in a sec. We'll just give it a sec and see who's here. I was just going to look and see if I can see comments or not. Give me 2 secs. Make that big that I can see the page. Turn the noise off so I don't get a repeat of myself, because that's no good. Right, okay, so now I can see some comments. So Jan, Jackie, Jacqueline, Mandy, Tracy. Oh, what happened then? It all went jumpy. Felicity, Elaine, Sonia, Claire, Lish. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming across from Julia. I hope you've been watching Julia anyway. I don't know if I'm coming or going this week either, really. It's all a bit, but there we are. I have a heap of stuff here, some of which might be new, some I might be repeating myself, and some might be very old. Who knows? It was more a case of what can we do? So we did have some new fabric in. Not masses the last couple of weeks, although having said that, I have got masses recently. So do keep a look onto the website. For those of you that don't know, just Google AbbieAnne and you'll find my website and everything else about me always. So I had, this is a mix. Some of it is Macawa. Anyway, look. Is he up the right way? He's probably not up the right way. So that's a nice little pretty mixy one in the back. And that comes with a pretty mixy one that goes with it, which is very jolly. I'm going to try and speak above things because I know it gets the volume otherwise. And then look, I had also come in, this is a different range, but also from Andover. So you've got this gorgeous green. I don't know if you can see that. It's an ombre going on. Really, really useful. That goes really well with the pink and the green. But look at these. I think these are gorgeous. So what's this called anyway? Because I can't remember. Nordic Summer. Although it says to me, I reckon you could get away with this for a nice sort of nondescript Christmas. Which is why I got it. I like nondescript Christmas, as most of you know. I think they're fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. So they are new onto the website. If when you go on the website, what you can do is if you search through the different sections, you can pull out, there is a section that is the Three Amigos and special offers. And you'll find on there all of this gear. If it's been cut into packs. So I've not got round to doing these ones yet. I'm going to put them down here out of the way a minute. because actually certainly these two are included in the new quilt I'm making. I've been making a new quilt this week, so actually I've not got round to doing an awful lot specifically for today because I've been too busy for 2 weeks time. I'd hoped to have it finished for this morning, but there's absolutely no way that was going to happen. So yeah, so those are those nice lovely new ones you'll find. And I was on about, I cut things into bundles, same as Julia does. Right, so this, I've got a couple of these left. These are boho blooms from Lewis and Irene. They should be sort of nearly 70 quid. They're 60 quid. There are 18 fat quarters there. And if you like ditzy flowers into things, it's fabulous. That's a real big fat bundle. They're all, what are they? They are fat quarters, 18 of them. And I've got them also in smaller packs as well. So now what else is going on? So behind, I've got a heap here to show you, but I'll go on with what's going on behind. So I think I showed you all Miranda. Did I show you Miranda? Or I think I just finished her last time. Okay, so Miranda is a kit or just a pattern. All right, I've not got round to actually quilting mine yet because I've moved on to other things, but I've had photos of that one come in finished and quilted and looks stunning. Fabulous job. Whoever, I can't remember name now, that's awful, isn't it? Me and names and things, it doesn't happen. You all know that. So yeah, so there's Miranda available, which she was covering up Snowball. All right, so Julia was saying I've got some Snowball templates, which I have. Now I had these made, Andy made these for me. 18 months, 2 years ago. It's got to be, no, actually it's got to be 2 years, because the Snowball quilt behind me I made Christmas for last, and the local ladies who asked for me to do this, they've made theirs and finished ages ago. So this is at least 2.5 years old, I would say. But I never got round to actually writing the pattern and stuff, and I was on about this last time. So there's 8-inch and there's 10-inch, and on the way is a little 5-inch one, because I reckon, look, I've got Christmas 5-inch and Christmas 10-inch layer cakey things, or whatever you're allowed to call them these days. Look at those. Can you imagine a nice Snowball quilt from your scraps? How good, how good. So yeah, so they're now available, and I've put them on the website. Says she, I'm trying to see, did I write prices and things down? Okay, so there is a kit for one that is underneath this, I'll show you in a minute. The patterns, so that's an 8-inch, she's 18 with the template, and that's 21 with the they're actually, look, they are big templates, so hence the cost, I'm afraid. It actually takes up quite a bit of the acrylic. So they're available, and as I say, 5 inches on the way. Andy's made me one and he's sending, so I'm quite looking forward to making a little sample, because I think a little sample can be, can you imagine runners and placemats and all sorts of lovely Christmassy things. But snowballs don't have to be just for Christmas. So I think you all saw, I'm going to take this one down, so hopefully you can see that one there. Basically that was the 8-inch template with dark corners, strip around it, and some squares just to finish off. So that was a real easy finish. I'm going to come across here and remove that. And on this one I actually put a nice fleece on the back, because this has actually been used and washed and whatever. As I say, I just never got round to doing stuff with the templates for everybody. So here we go. This is the one that I was making. Let me move that out of the way a bit. All right. the actual centres of the snowballs are off of one fabric. It's an ombre, which is absolutely gorgeous. Says she, I don't know, I've not put a pack over here, but there are kits. So the kits are 65, but that actually includes your template as well, all right, for ongoing. So to use the templates, they're very simple. Put them on a fold. You can use a rotary cutter or scissors, whatever you want, cut round, but you've also got the triangle that fits nicely on the corner. So Julia was saying she does a whatever size with a little square, folds it, and yeah. So this, you cut them out, so actually you're not wasting as much fabric. And from, well, you can cut them from a strip because you have a triangle and you just keep turning it. So you actually save quite a bit of fabric, and then all the bits that you cut off here actually then go down a size, so you can use them for the next one down. So that's quite handy. So it's a different way of doing it. And mine you can do by hand quite easily if you were into handwork. This one was not this one, the one I've dumped on the floor somewhere. This one was done by hand, and I don't know, I doubt that you can see, but the quilting, it's hand quilted as well. So depends how you want to work, either or right. Oh look, I've seen the fabric now for the let me show you. It's a Lewis and Irene. There we go. So it's an ombre fabric, yeah, so you get all those colours in one go. Absolutely fabulous for, and then around it you've got the ones that came with it, which are all sort of solid colour, if that makes sense. So that's that kit there, and that's the snowballs. So I'm going to take that down now. Says she. Oh, I've got a pin having a moment there. Put that somewhere, that I throw that one away. I'm going to do myself a mischief with that pin else. Right, so that's the 8-inch, and as I say, there's 10-inch and 5-inch to come. Now, what's underneath? Underneath we have, I was on about these last time as well, Japanese folded patchwork. Okay, so obviously the cats go that way. All right, I'm trying to make sure that I'm in range that you can see. And there's all your different samples coming. I've managed to do some more of this one, so that's starting to look something like it. So that's 9-inch, 8-inch, 7-inch, 6-inch. I've already had, and for a long time, 5-inch, 4-inch, 3 and 2.5. So actually you can make different ones and put them together, different sizes, so that you get a different sort of a pan, as opposed to the standard, which is over here. There we go. So you can put it all together as one, or you can mix and match them. All right, so you could get the 4-inch to go with the 8-inch and have a nice surround, so you've got 4 inches in the middle, 8s around, or vice versa, or whatever you want, and start mixing and matching. These, I tend to do these by hand. The template is designed so that you can travel with them, like you would hexes maybe, and do those as you travel about. They come with a full how to, what to, but I don't know if you can see, look at the size of that one. He's a whopper. That's the 9-inch, and then 8, 7, I think I had a 6 out somewhere, 6, and they come with rulers to keep you square as you're making, because if you don't get your squares the same size, then they're not going to fit together too well. So those will come together. So that's the Japanese folded. How much are they when they're at home? The Whopper is 25, and then it goes 23, 21, 19 and goes down. So they're available on the website, and there is actually a YouTube video on how to use them. I did that a little while ago. So it stands for whatever size, the actual template, you use it in the same way. All right, so they're really good fun. I actually quite like the big fat ones. how quick is a quilt going to be doing in that size? And I've actually been using, because I had a sample of it, I don't know if I said before, Thermalan, so it's thick, and actually I was doing that as a runner and as placemats, so you can put Thermalan in that, and they're lovely and yeah, squidgy. I like them. So that's that. Right, it's all a little bit this morning. I do apologise. I've got a heap here to show you. Now let's have a look at comments and things a minute. Where are we? Right, so we've got as far as Lish and Felicity. So Rosemary, Sarah Jane, good morning. Angie, Lisa, Sonia, you're snowballing. I am so pleased to hear that. I hope you're enjoying. I love snowballing. It's good. Morning, Julia. Thank you for your session beforehand, and I'm so glad you're feeling better. You're looking much better, it has to be said. Morning, Gloria, Liz, Margaret, Sheena. Oh gosh, you're all on today. Sonia, Kim. Morning again. I'm assuming you came on earlier, and because I tried testing which way round I was again. I've given up, as I say. Volume up to full, but having real trouble here. I apologise, Pam. My volume is totally up full as. All right, so I'm not sure what that's going to be about. Me too. Something or other. That fabric's lush. Thank you, Judith. Lovely everything from Claire. Fabulous. But as I say, thank you all for coming on. Now, I've not been to shows properly for a couple of 3 weeks now, or 3 weeks. Lamport Hall was the last one. We get like a lull through the summer. I don't do any sea because I find it too expensive for me. Although I did land up going for the day. I was teaching in Somerset at Sanford Arundel for the day on the Thursday. And because it was nice and I'd had a good run up, I thought, oh, what the hell. And I carried on up to the NEC. I've got a bed in the back of my van. So I found somewhere to park overnight. Well, Toby Carvery car park. It's excellent. As long as you eat there, they let you stay in the car park. It's fab. So I'm all geared up and in the car park overnight, which was brilliant. And it didn't cost me anything. So I would recommend that to them. Do check beforehand though, because you can't just turn up and do it. Yeah, so that was really good. And I was awake quite early, so I did an insomni from the back of the van. Insomni quilting. Any of you that are up in the night, just for out of interest, there is a group attached to my Facebook page called Insomni Quilting. And if I'm up in the night and stitching or whatever, I'll be sat talking to you and showing you what I'm doing. Or having a chat if you're about. So, you know, if you're like me and a lot of others and you are up early or through the night, do have a quick look because you'll be surprised who's on. Insomni Quilting, it's a group. All right. So yeah, so I did go to the NEC. Andy and I did a quick walk around on the Friday morning and saw some of the quilts with you. So many quilts, fabulous, loads and loads and loads. So I literally just did the day up there and came home again because that was more than enough for me. But what I'm getting at is the next show that I'm going to be at is at Brighton. All right, so that's 5th and 6th of September. Then we get the Newcastle show, followed immediately by our Newcastle retreat. So I'm really looking forward to that new retreat. I think we've got a few spaces, or at least we can accommodate. It's certainly running and it's going to be a bit of a giggle. I'm looking forward to that. And then Exeter. It's the first one I've done at Exeter for a while. 24th, 5th and 6th of September. So they are, I'll have to have a look at the leaflet. The Creative Craft show and the Stitching show, they sort of combine the two. I'll be there. I'm doing I think it's an hour and a half class on machines, but they got me in the leaflet and everything, which is lovely. And I'm doing demos on stand of Japanese folding, and I'm going to do some of the big ones now that we've got the big templates. That's going to be really cool. Yeah, so that's all where I am coming up next. So and there are more retreats, don't worry, shout if you want to come. Now, where are we? We're 20 past already. I've been making a new quilt this last week. I hope to have it ready for you for 2 weeks time, and I'll show you that. Anemones, flowers, abstract stuff, but it's looking really pretty, I think, so I'm quite looking forward to that. I'll show you that in a couple of weeks. What else have I got here in front of me? What have I got? Right, so I'm not even sure if this is on because I've been sorting through templates and stuff. I'm not sure that if this is on the website or not. I'm going to check after, because I found it just now. 1 inch hexes templates, all right, so they come out and you literally draw around so much quicker if you do your own papers. Way to go. And to me, making papers is part and parcel of the whole process. I'm a bit old-fashioned, so they're £5, and I don't know that I've put them on the website, but I'll check afterwards. Actually, stick that over here that I remember it. I'll put it there and think, what bloody hell's that doing there? I also found Trellis. I didn't think I had any of these left, but I have some of these. So they're £12. So yeah, so they're quite good fun to do. And there's a pattern that goes with that, which is called Purple Haze, if you fancied it. But that's got applique and trellis in it. So that's still around. Somebody last week asked me, or a fortnight ago, asked me for this Bluewood quilt, but just the pattern. I've never done just the pattern because of it's actually quite straightforward, traditional. But I thought, no, she seriously wants this, so I've written up the pattern on its own, and in there you can see this is quite solid. You've got a card version of the templates that you'll need for that, and how to do and all the rest of it. So that's on the website now. I've done the snowball quilts, haven't I? I've done those. I've done Miranda, as I've called her. Right, okay, so yeah, we've got these. These are new. These are rather good. So I'm going to hold you the back. All right. So really, really pretty. But for me, I've got too much fabric. I didn't need to buy bolts. So I've just bought, we're not allowed to call them layer cakes because it's not modal. What do they call it? Squares. 10-inch squares and 5-inch squares. There's 42 and 42. So that's £43. That's 14. All right. So they're new, and I wrote down the name here somewhere because there's so many new. I can't remember the names. We've done that. We've done that. We've done that. So it's not those. I'll find it in a minute. Oh, I don't know. They're very pretty though, but you'll find them on the website. I did write it down, honestly. I did. Layer cakes, charms, nutcracker. Oh, it's Ginny. They're called Ginny. Really pretty. I reckon Snowball out of that, because you'd have your templates and like a little one. That would make a real fun summery runner. I like that. Or a bag or something like that. So that's that, and that. Right, so last thing new to show you. Says she. Right, you all know I do daisy runners for a pastime. So I was doing a class for this last week at Sanford Arundel. This is what we did. And the ladies all had kits for this one. Okay, hopefully you can see this. I'm trying to do it. I can talk to you still. Okay, so that's like the width of a bolt of fabric by 12 inches. All right, so it is a new pattern because my previous ones are only like 6 or 7 inches wide. So this is a nice wide one. They wanted runners that were quite big, and you've obviously, I don't know if I say obviously, you might know that that orange is the same fabric as that blue, and its ombre goes all the way through the length of the runner. All right, so there is a pattern and there are kits, all right, available. I have to say that the embellishments aren't included in the kit. You have to pop your own embellishments in on your own thread, but that is on the website. The kit is £32, and the pattern is £8.50, the same price as all my other patterns. All right, so I have to say I'm quite pleased with this one. The colourings have come out really well. So if you fancy that, that's on the website as well. If you can't find any of this, or you're a little bit lost with all of it, just give me a shout and I'll find it for you, or whatever. All right, what's the time anyway? Oh, 24, so we're getting there. I don't know if this one had come in. I think it had, because I can remember measuring snowmen. So the snowmen are there. All right, that's that one. He's an expensive one, unfortunately, and I don't know if I showed you these ones. See, I get so much, I just don't know. And they're more snowmen. We like snowmen. All right, so they're just 2 odd bolts that I got because I loved them, but I didn't particularly like the rest of the range. So I just got, but I thought, do you know what, because of the colourings, you'll have loads of stuff that will go with these. You know, you don't need a whole mass of it. A reminder that I do have bundles of greens, because I was asked for greens, greys through to blacks. All right, white and cream mixers, they're all mixers. All right, and blacks. Okay, so now I've only got a few of the blacks left, because coming across really nice black on black designs is quite difficult, but they're really useful just to keep in as stock. So there's 10 fat quarters in all of them, and they're all on the website. Okay, so again, I was tidying up because this is all stuff that I have at the shows, so I thought I'll just remind you all, if you're looking for mixers for whatever else you're doing, they're great just as stock to keep in your stash. In fact, I'm using a cream one at the minute in the new quilt that I'm doing, so that's quite good. Then there's also, I've got a couple of panels left of Charmed, which is the cat panels, and well, I really went in with coffee. There we go. So we've got lots of cats and things going on with this one. So there's what are they? There's fat quarters, there's fat eighths, and there's a panel, and obviously you can get it half meterage onwards if you want. Okay, so that's all on the website. There's masses on the website. Give yourself half hour or so and just go and have a look. Masses of it. AbbieAnne.com. All right. Right, so what's the time? 27 minutes past. We're 3 minutes to Andy. That's what we are in this world. 3 minutes to Andy. Over on Crafty UK. All right, so he'll have all of his new stuff for you. As I say, I've just got loads. I've got too much fabric. Oh, and the Christmas fabric, all the new Macao fabric, I've just got that on at £13 a metre, or by the half metre, or they are also in halves, quarters and eighths if you want. But I've got them on a little bit cheaper than everyone else, just because I've got too much fabric here and I need to move some of it. I can't buy more fabric because I've got nowhere to put it. So I get too greedy. I want all of it, and I want it all now. And instead of just buying a piece of fabric, I have to buy a bolt of fabric, because that's me. I just like fabric. So what else can I tell you for 2 minutes? I don't want to bore you going through everything again. You'll soon find it if you want to find it. I'm looking at my notes here. Oh, Sumford Arundel in Somerset, so near Wellington. I do a class up there once a month. All right, so I do a whole day. Anybody's welcome, so you can be a complete beginner, and I'll start you off and work you through, or you can come. It doesn't matter how experienced you are welcome to come. If you need help or you want a full-on workshop, like I did the last week, we did this. So that's once a month. So the next day for that is the 27th of August, and then we're the 1st of October. So if August is still too holiday-ish for you, it will be 1st of October, and we'll start doing just a few little Christmassy things in the run-up. But you do not have to do what I'm teaching. You can do whatever you want. If you need help with something, you just need to get yourself there and I'll help you. All right, so, and that's £45 for the day, Okay, Sam for download. If you're interested in that, just give me a shout. Okay, so we're 29 minutes past, which means Andy should be ready. Hopefully he's going to tell you about retreats and things, because he's far more organised than I am. I have no idea where in the world he is. He could be in Norfolk, he could be anywhere. Cornwall is really sunny today. In fact, I've had the fan on all morning already and doors and windows open. So it's going to be a hot one down here. Hopefully you're all right where you are. We got a hosepipe ban. Hey up, Andy's now ready. He's just come up as a flash up on my screen saying they're now ready and live. Okay, so we are talking 10:30 now. So have a lovely, lovely weekend, everybody. Go see Andy, Crafty UK. Thank you for watching. AbbieAnne.com. You'll find it all and more. I'm going to come at you and turn you off, says she.